Hi, welcome to Conversion Conversations. This is Cameron. Today I'm reviewing some footage from a draft tournament I held at Hieroglyphic Games in Cheviot, Ohio. This was May 11th, 2019. Up for prizes, I had a Chinese New Year promo Bumblebee, booster packs provided by the shop. There was an Omega Supreme for second place. I was hoping to get as big a turnout as possible. We put up a bunch of prizes. We ended up getting 5 people in the tournament, which was a bit unfortunate, but that did let us run the tournament out of one box. We decided to go with a 6-person draft, and I'm just going to kind of watch and talk through what I see. So far, I've pulled Alpha Bravo and Dive Bomb. Alpha Bravo gets that Pierce 3 in robot mode. Dive Bomb, when you flip to his robot mode, you can look at your opponent's hand and scrap an action from it. And then there's Wave 2 Bumblebee. I think in a draft setting, Bumblebee's a nice pick. I also have a Sunstreaker, which gives me some car synergy if I decide to go with Bumblebee and Sunstreaker. I mean, he's not a bad card on his own. And then I've got Fireflight, which gives me Brave, which, you know, would be a nice utility to have. And the last one is Snarl, which lets me plan 2 when attacking in robot mode. The reason we did a 6-pack draft is to allow for the possibility of drafting whole combiner teams, and since the average star total of a character in Rise of the Combiners is lower than in Wave 1, we figured 6 packs might be a little nicer than 4 based on previous drafts I've done. I decided to drop everything but Bumblebee and Sunstreaker because I want a low star value. I know there were a lot of Sentinels that other people had drawn, so I was hoping to pull some more of those. And then here's me readjusting my camera to look at everyone else. So I see, you know, Mirage is out there, Ironhide is out there. I felt like Wave 2 Bumblebee is a good centerpiece for a draft team. My opponents had gotten some great pulls, so here's everyone else deciding based on their point totals. And kind of as we go through the character part, I guess I can talk through some of the draft. So on the left, that's Tez. He pulled King Starscream. He got the super rare out of the box. Congratulations to him. And he also pulled, I think he pulled all of Dreadwing, like, from his packs. So he was sitting pretty happy using Dreadwing as the center of his team. And if you haven't seen a draft before, what we did, we opened all our character packs. We put our battle packs to the side for now. And we took turns based on who had the highest star total to drop the characters that we didn't want. We all got one chance to drop any characters we didn't want and put them in this center pile. And now, based on star totals, starting with the lowest star total, we draft back up to 6 characters, and that's your character pool to make a draft from. And yeah, so I pulled Ironhide. I felt like I could probably get away doing some sort of Cars/Sentinels build. My other opponents, someone had Thrust, someone seemed to be building for the aerial bots, and then someone was building around Skywarp. So, you know, we all had our own strategies in the draft. I felt like going a standard kind of aggro orange build in a draft is a pretty safe bet in Rise of the Combiners. And yeah, the reason I wanted to share this footage is because I haven't really seen a ton of draft footage elsewhere, and I tried my best to capture the entire draft experience. So you're going to see us drafting here, and then you're going to see, you know, matches later on. I realize I'm tapping my foot. Hopefully that's not translating across mic. Yeah, and there I'm showing Tez's King Starscream. And, you know, I gave him the first 6 packs, so Starscream was in those first 6 packs. Oh, if only I had kept the first 6 for myself, but I guess as a dealer, it's only proper for me to get the last 6 packs in a pack. King Starscream's the only thing I need. I'm trying to convince Tez to let me trade some cards to him. I'm thinking about what I want to do next in terms of cars. I decided to go with Ruckus, just because I feel like in drafting vanilla high stat characters might be a little stronger than they are in, you know, when you can build full constructed decks out of all the cards in the game. And yeah, I was tempted back there with Breakdown, but I already had an idea of building for Orange. I felt Ruckus would be a better fit than Breakdown. And yeah, they were tied in star total. I know normally you go in a clockwise or counterclockwise rotation. If you're tied there, they decided to see, they both point to the card they wanted. It happened to be 2 different cards, so the order didn't matter too much. And yeah, so drag strip's still out there. The Dinobots are still out there. No one's really jonesing to pull them. Some of the Predacons were in the box. And this was a fun experiment. I think Wave 3 will definitely go back to 4-pack drafts. And I've really enjoyed drafting. As you guys can probably tell from my channel, I'm not the best deck builder. I enjoy playing the game. I feel like drafting makes the problems smaller for me to try and tackle. It helps me, and there Tez is drafting planes to, you know, get some synergy with Dreadwing, if possible. I feel like drafting lets me think about a smaller subset of cards. Instead of worrying about all the possible card combinations out there and constructed, I just worry about what's in front of me and what I've been dealt, and trying to build what I can out of that, which I really enjoy. I liked drafting back when I did it in Magic a couple times, and I really love drafting in Transformers. I want to keep doing it if possible. So right now I've got 4 characters, and I'm feeling pretty good with Bumblebee, Sunstreaker, Ironhide. I could see myself maybe doing something different depending on what I can pull next. But I think at this point my options are not, like, I can pull a Dinobot or a Predacon, you know. And there's nothing, in terms of drafting, I'm drafting purely to win the tournament. There's no cards I needed besides King Starscream. So I don't feel the need to try and pull anything. And there I think I pulled Snarl back. And yeah, Shaquille, you can see he was very tired that day. I know he worked super hard and he was fasting for Ramadan. And he's also the store owner. So if anyone is in Ohio and they want to check out Hieroglyphic Games, you know, he does all sorts of video game tournaments. He does a ton of Magic. He's been supporting Transformers a ton. He was the one that he went half in on me with me on these booster boxes so we could draft the tournament. We were both trying to push. I know we both promoted the tournament wherever we could. I did it on YouTube, Twitter, Mastodon, Facebook, TFW 2005 to try and get people to come. Unfortunately, it originally looked like we were going to have a much bigger turnout. I think we got 14 people that committed to going, but then unfortunately a couple of them were like carpool groups and some people dropped out and then they decided not to make the drive, and then a couple others got stuck with work responsibilities and other things, which is, you know, I went for it on a Saturday hoping to mitigate as much of that as possible, but what can you do? I'm definitely not going to stop drafting. I think Wave 3 I'll try and draft. And now we're moving on to battle cards, which is easier, and not easier, but more straightforward, more similar to Magic than it previously was. So I'm going in the mind of building orange, and there I pull the Power Punch, which is an orange card that gives bold, and I think that fits my strategies for what I'm trying to do. I'm more than likely at this point playing Bumblebee, Sunstreaker, Ironhide. And yeah, looking through here, Rest and Relaxation, I don't really get the point of that card. Healing's not super strong in the game. I feel like that would just be a dead card in hand. The other benefit is, so we are building a 25-star, 25-card deck through this process. 6 packs helps us filter out more of the dead cards like Enigmas or the team-specific battle cards. And there I get a Confidence, which is another orange card. Lets me play an extra action. Works well with Bumblebee in this setup, I think. So if possible, I want to build orange actions. Some weapons here and there. There, improvise shield, easy. Get the double orange pips where I can. Yeah, this is kind of fun going back through. I wasn't sure if I would have this much to say. I'm playing at 2x speed to try and keep things moving, because drafting, I think, took us probably an hour to draft. But I'm trying to see if I can catch any mistakes that I made. If you see anything, you know, if anyone ends up committing to watching the whole drafting process, I would love some feedback or some teaching, because again, I'm super new to games. Defensive driving's a white pip. Testify, like, I don't super get Testify when we both draw 2 cards. The Enertron Slingshot's blue, but it's equipment, which I don't really have, and it gives me some attack. so I decided to go with that. And there, maybe I could have taken Testify. Fog of War, Field Repair, Tech Research. Tech Research I don't want. Fog of War I don't really want. I felt like Field Repair is the best thing. And there I actually missed what I pulled. Oh, it was a Rest and Relaxation, which is, you know, marginally more useful than an Enigma. And then obviously almost everyone's last card at this point was an Enigma. And yeah, then we do this next second pack and go back the other way. So Scrounge might be good, but surprise attack, I think it's a white pip, and it lets me pull in more Pierce, which I want for my guys. If I can build orange and have some Pierce on hand, I think I'll do pretty nicely. And yeah, like I said, the prizes, there were booster packs for the top 4 finishers in different amounts, and then Combiner Wars Bumblebee for the first place, and Omega Supreme for second place. There's a Bashing Shield, which would be nice. The Recon Station, it's an orange and a blue and a star. Right now in my plan deck, I've got 24 stars, and Recon System does let me, it's kind of a focus, right? It lets you flip a card and then scrap a card. Here, I got a Decepticon Crown. I know there's a King Starscream out there in the field, so I'm going to hate draft that crown, I think. I could have picked up the Enforcement Batons, but I kind of wanted to get that Decepticon Crown off the field. And there's another Enforcement Batons for me to pick up anyway, which is an orange and attack. And I know I can't play the Crown, can't play the Enigma, so I'm trying to go through my cards as is and see what I have that's useful right now. Rest and Relaxation, I feel like I'm pretty confident in dropping probably the Energon Slingshot. As I get more cards, we'll see. Ooh, Escape Route, Enemy Combat Analysis I feel like is not going to be great. I think the Escape Route's the right thing to do there. So there, I think, right, if I don't have blue in, the Evasive Maneuvers doesn't do me any good, so I think the Static Armor was good, and then I get a Rest and Relaxation at the end of it. So I've got a Bashing Shield, I've got a Recon System. I don't need... There, obviously, I think I kind of made a mistake. I've already got a Recon System. I don't need another one. Okay, good. I'm smart enough to put it back. Hopefully, I'm smart enough to keep putting it back. Oh, no, thank you, Cameron. Thanks for giving me a better view. Pep Talk Field Communicator. Field Communicator Sunstreaker, I believe, is a specialist, so... I think that's a fine choice for Sunstreaker. Yeah. And now I'm starting to see those superior upgrades that might have made Tech Research worth doing. But in this hand, there's not much orange. So I go ahead and pick up the Vaporize for some possible hand disruption.
Oh, that's a good question. Yeah, that's right. What's the wording again?
And yeah, I think, I mean, I'm trying to build, I think,
yeah, I guess so.
Maybe 15 orange, 5 white, 5 blue max. Hopefully I can do more orange than that, but we'll end up seeing with what I'm able to draw. And I'd be curious, that's, you know, anyone else out there, maybe the Vector Sigma guys could help me out. If I'm doing 25 cards versus 40, is there, you know, a ratio that I should be going for? And there I can bring combat commands and put that on either Ironhide or Sunstreaker, so I think that would be pretty good. Especially if one of them would die, but I feel like I'll be past combat commands later on anyway, so I go ahead and pick up another surprise attack. And Sparring Gear is some armor and more orange, and there was another Field Repair, and then a Flinger and Escape Route. I'm checking at this point. In drafting, we're allowing 4 of a kind of a card instead of 3, so I was checking to see what I want, if I had 3 escape routes already or if I had 4. I ended up going with it for the white pip. Fleeing I didn't think would be super useful. There's a Confidence, which I think I would like. A Bashing Shield. The Superior Cannon I can't really use. I haven't set myself up to do that. I decided to just go with the Confidence. And I've got Bravery, doesn't do me any good. Espionage might be nice. Field Repair, Testify, Vaporize. I'm wondering if Espionage is less useful in a draft because people won't be building as solidly one color as they could before, but still looking in their hand might be good. And here I am just kind of sorting out by pips. I feel like that helps me think through as I'm drafting if possible. Field communicator, I've already got one. Attack drone, I'm not going to get enough to stack. Crash landing doesn't do me any good. Bravery doesn't, so it's field communicator or spare parts. I go with the field communicator. There's another confidence. I mean, hell, I could stack confidences all day. Ain't nothing wrong with that. I go with the bumpers because the other two just, I don't think, they're not useful cards at that point, right? Superior cannon. I decided to go with the superior cannon. I mean, I've drafted well so far. I figure it's worth the risk, and then a field repair. Maybe I can pull a tech research and get a... I've seen them around before. Maybe I can get a tech research and get some use out of superior cannon. Vandalize is another option as my star card. I think that is just fine to possibly do. I'd really like a leap in a battle, right? Erratic Lightning, Noble's Blaster. I decided to go with the Noble's Blaster. I know I'm a little short on equipment at the moment, probably. Inverted, you know, Sunstreaker does have tough 1. Inverted on Sunstreaker would be pretty nice as setting him up as like a defensive wall while Ironhide and Bumblebee are attacking. Backup beam, bashing shield I think would be nice. I mean, right, there aren't force fields to draft, but there are still armors in the game. And I know someone else is pulling tech research and superior armors and maybe building blue. Sparring gear I felt like wasn't doing me any good. The blaster was at least a +1. Or the primary laser I meant is a +2.
This round. I just saw like 4 in a row. Last pack. And this one's yours.
And I think this is the last pack if I've been counting properly. Rapid conversion, bumpers, universal network access. I think another like I'm gonna be getting attack. Surprise attack would be nice. But I go with the universal network access as another star card option. And I wonder about that. Maybe it would have been better to go for the surprise attack. Okay, enforcement batons, stealthiness, unleash potential. I go with the enforcement batons. It's a weapon, it's orange, and it disrupts what my opponent's trying to do. There's the double orange pips. Pick that all day, every day. I go with the field repair, tooth and claw as an orange, but it doesn't do me any good because I'm not playing my Predacon. And here I go with a backup beam. That's the best out of my limited options. Bumpers. And my last card is stealthiness. So that's our draft. At this point, I have 42 battle cards and 6 characters that I need to whittle down to a 25-star, 25 battle card deck. And let's go ahead and show what the deck ended up being. And here is my deck. As you can see, I'm running Wave 2 Bumblebee, Sunstreaker, Ironhide, and a Leap of Faith for my 25 battle stars. I do have 15 orange pips in the 25 card deck. 2 of those are double pips. 5 blue, 5 white. I'm running 13 actions since, you know, Bumblebee and Leap of Faith will let me play extra. Bumblebee will let me play extra actions. 5 armor, mostly for the orange pips, and then 1 utility. And yeah, that's it. Later today, I will also have up the first video of the match of the tournament, and I plan on, I think, sharing most of those videos. I thought it was a lot of fun. I like sharing the drafting matches, and so this is the deck that you'll see me playing there. Thanks for watching, everyone, if you stuck it out, and have a great day.